Welcome to this very special edition of Bill the Drone Reviewer, Rotor Talk Live, Season 6, Episode 20, update on Bill. I hope everyone's doing well. Sorry for the impromptu about this, but I'm a little on the handicap side. So we're going to, wanted to kind of give you guys an update, let you know what transpired, give you guys an update, and a couple of other things here. So just want to let you know, we were on our way. We were actually at my mother-in-law's on Sunday for a cookout. Family was coming over, and we were bringing over some things. And Valerie was carrying a couple of trays of food, and I was carrying 3 gallons of sweet tea. And I turned around. I was concerned about her that it weighed too much, and I, possibly could have taken that in instead. And as I turned around, I kept walking forward. And as I was walking forward, I hit the lip of the driveway. And then, that thing that the Roadrunner does where he's spinning his legs. Okay. I remember spinning my legs. I remember the whole thing. I remember spinning my legs like 2 or 3 times. And then boom, I fell down. And immediately I was bleeding from up here. My wrist hurt. And then my foot as well. Although that I'll tell you about that here in a minute. My mother-in-law is a saint. Okay. Right away, she, like 4 or 5 people came over. A neighbor came over. They all helped me up to my feet. And I remember everything. There's no blackout, nothing here. Got me inside the house, got ice on my head, got ice on my wrist. Paper towel to dry up some of the blood. Everybody was super helpful, super concerned. But here I am going to celebrate Mother's Day with my dear sweet mother-in-law, who is an absolute angel, for just jumping right in and taking care of me. And my wife was right there too, because she said, "Let's go to the emergency room." I didn't hesitate. So we went to we have a standalone emergency room. In fact, we're blessed to have 2 of them within probably about a 10. One's like a 5-minute drive. The other one's about a 10-minute drive. So we went to the shorter one, and they're hooked up with a hospital down in Bradenton. Went there, got X-rays, got a CAT scan, and the results were the CAT scan was fine, which I was very concerned about, because if some of you may have know me, I passed on to you. My dad ended up passing away from a subdural hematoma. He fell and hit his head on the driveway. We really kind of think he had a stroke when it happened, but still, any kind of trauma to the head, let's get that checked out. The CT scan was fine. The X-ray showed that there was a break in my metacarpal bone in my left hand. Okay. So they suggested that I go to a follow-up to one of their doctors they recommend, which is down in Bradenton, because that's where they're from. And I said, well, we'll handle that on Monday. I knew exactly where I was going to go to, because probably about 10 miles from us is a Florida orthopedic urgent care, which is like an emergency room, but it deals specifically with this. And I was in right away when they opened up at 8:00 on Monday morning. And lo and behold, there was at least 25 people already there. I was like, oh my gosh. But they gave me an iPad, which was nice because I didn't have to write things down. Got it all done and paid my copay. Got new X-rays taken. And then it took about an hour for the doctor to get in. Actually, it was a PA. And the PA told me, he said, "Yeah, you broke your metacarpal." And then he showed from the side. The top view shows it's broken, but the side view, you can see it's pretty much broken the whole length. And from what I understand, when you have a fall, part of the problem was when I had the fall, I was carrying gallon bags of iced tea in both hands. Okay. And I couldn't break my fall with my hands. So I ended up landing, I'm demonstrating with my right hand, ended up landing like this. And that's why the bone got broken. Now, they took me over to physical therapy where they set this, and this is a semi-hard cast. And now, mind you, I hadn't really had a whole lot of pain, a great deal of pain. But when he was positioning my hand for the cast, everybody in the room knew that he was doing that. Okay. It was extremely painful when he did that. The PA told me, he said, I need to follow up with one of their doctors in another week and have more x-rays done because it is swollen right now. And that's how they designed this cast, was to allow for the contraction from the swelling, which it's done, which is good. And he was fairly certain that this will not require surgery. He said, if you don't have surgery, probably you won't be able, and I'm going to demonstrate with my right hand, you won't be able to do that all the way. He says you'll be able to probably go about that far, which dexterity wise, I mean, I'm not real concerned about that, because if I don't have to have surgery, all the better. Even though it is outpatient surgery and they do have a clinic, it's about a 30-minute surgery. It's not bad. It's the recovery that's a real drag. So that's where things stand. I don't know, whether or not, hopefully, what I'm doing, if you look behind me, that's where my bed is. And what I'm doing is I'm sleeping with my arm propped up and elevated. Now, one of the other things you can see, I have some bumps and bruises on my face, scratched my glasses up. So I'm going to go to Lens Crafters on Saturday, see if they can try to get that out. I mean, these are the best pair of glasses I've ever had, kind of thing. The other thing was, we found out when I was getting a shower on Monday night that my left foot, my big toe and the toe next to it, were very nice shades of black and blue. So obviously, when I was falling, in the middle of the falling, that kind of aggravated that area. I've been icing that down. It really doesn't hurt. It's kind of swollen a little bit. So, media plans. We were scheduled this morning, as a matter of fact. Well, as of right now, we should have landed in Columbus, Ohio. We were going up for a couple of reasons. We were going up, and I'm going to show you pictures here in a minute, to see family, and also to go over to Dayton, Ohio. There's a ham radio convention going on over there. It's the largest in the United States. So, but yeah, we were scheduled, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay. All right. This is me at the emergency room, standalone emergency room on Sunday. It was a pretty nasty gash. Okay. And it bled quite a bit for a while. And I had a nice knot on my forehead that night. That's 100% for sure. And there's a wonderful close-up of that. And then that's without a wrap on it. That's what my finger, and you can tell my middle finger was very swollen right there. And it really wasn't painful. It was just sore. And I could move everything. So I figured if I can move everything, nothing's broken. Well, that's not necessarily always the case. And there's the initial splint wrap that they put on Sunday at the standalone ER, which they did a fairly good job. But it wasn't even, it was not really very rigid. Now, the one that they put on at Florida Orthopedic Urgent Care, it's semi-rigid to almost rigid. And guy did a great job. I mean, these guys do this day in and day out and know what they're doing. And hopefully it's positioned correctly where it'll heal properly and I can receive some good news. Now, you can get x-rays done in this, because last night right here, I was starting to get some pain, and I'm like, okay, wow. Maybe I broke something else, because the x-rays only covered this portion up here. So went back into Florida Orthopedic and got right in. There was like nobody there. It was like 7:00 last night. And that's probably the main reason why I didn't have Rotor Talk last night. Got in there, and they went ahead, and what they were able to do was take another set of x-rays, even with this on. And I did actually see a doctor, and it was in short order because there was nobody there. He said, no, nothing is broken. He said, you're going to feel pain all over the area up there. And he said, that's just something to be expected. He asked if I had a follow-up appointment scheduled. I said, yes, on Tuesday down at South Tampa. with a doctor, and he said keep it elevated, ibuprofen, as much as possible. And if you look behind me, you can see I have some pillows. That's my bed right now. And the reason that's my bed is I have my arm, like I told you earlier, I have my arm propped up on pillows to help with the swelling, and it does. It really helps a great deal. Now, one of the things, this is my first broken bone. This is my first rodeo with a broken bone. So, this is very, very, very different for me. I learned to have to deal with itch. Now I found out what causes itching inside there, and it's up due to a couple things: sweating and also swelling. So keeping that elevated a lot, taking ibuprofen, every 6 hours or so, it helps a lot. But I also found out the straw works really well, so I can get it in there to do that. But yeah, we were headed up to Ohio to see. Okay, I don't know why this didn't change here. Okay, we're gonna try this again here. Add this back to the stream. Okay, I'm trying to show you some pictures of. Let's stop that screen. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try presenting again here. Okay, there we go. This is the reason we were heading up to Ohio. It's my daughter, Victoria. That's my almost soon to be 4-year-old granddaughter, Ellie. And there is Addie, who we have not met yet. And that was the primary reason for our trip was heading up there to see them. And yeah, and there's Daddy down there, my son-in-law Andy, having fun with Addie and Ellie. And we were very much looking forward to seeing them. That was the primary reason we were going on our trip. But hopefully we get some good news on Tuesday at the doctor's office that this is healing. They may put a more of a permanent cast on, and I'm hearing it's 4 to 6 weeks. So if it's healing properly in 4 to 6 weeks, and probably with physical therapy, I'll be fine. Ellie's birthday is in early July, so it's exactly a week from my birthday. All these great people are born in July. Valerie's birthday's in July. Ellie's is in July. My son Peter is in July. Okay. Yeah. July is a great month for birthdays. Absolutely, positively. But if you have surgery, that may change. But the plans are right now for heading up to Ohio in early July, probably second week of July, to celebrate with them. And then there's always Hamcation next year in beautiful Xenia, Ohio, which is they say Dayton, but it's really in Xenia. And that was very close to where my two older children, Victoria and Will, went to college at Cedarville University. We were really looking forward to that. They hold it once a year. What's nice is they have another one in Orlando, and it's called Hamcation, and that's in February. Usually falls on about our wedding anniversary. So we're gonna go to that one. And what's nice is you can get, if you're a YouTube content creator, you can get media credentials to go there. And then there's a lot of the guys that I know of in in ham radio circles. It would have been other content creators, would have been real nice to hook up with them. But as it was, even we had actually thought about going up there, but I mean, navigating around the house is even a chore. Excuse me. It's even a chore right now to do that. So I just said, no, that's not going to happen. And driving and everything, no. So we made the wise decision to postpone the trip and work on getting this healed. That's my number one goal. You probably also saw in the notes, Mavic 3 Pro update. Now, at the very least, I won't be able to fly 4 to 6 weeks right now. So what I did was I sent the Mavic Pro back. I'm going to get a refund on it. And the reason I did that is it's 4 to 6 weeks out. I mean, I can't even begin to think about flying drones. I am still working. This is my lunchtime break, and it is very interesting typing with one hand on trying to get things done, and it's a lot slower. And I told all my coworkers, I said, be patient with me, especially if you send me a message. It may take me a few more seconds than normal to get back to you because, I'm a one, I've only got one useful hand. I mean, this is just totally, I can't really do anything. And just for those of you who've gone through this before, you know what I'm about to tell you. It's a whole different way of life. I mean, and I would be lost in the sauce without Valerie. Okay. Bar none. She has just been my right-hand person, has been helping me out extraordinarily. I forgot to welcome everybody. Let's see. Geeks Vaughn is here. One Vision Aerial, JSK Enterprise, Leonard Oglesby is here. Sergeant Rock, John K is here. Henry Mills is here. Chan Kit from Bangkok. Welcome, Chan. Welcome, Chan. Glad to see you guys here. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention you guys. Valerie's been instrumental in helping me. I mean, it's just been fantastic. I'm pretty self-sufficient, but getting a shirt on is a challenge. Partially getting dressed. I ordered some athletic shorts, which I haven't worn in years, but because it will make life a whole lot easier for me. So those are coming today. I still need Valerie's help with getting, with getting my shirt on in the morning, and I make sure that we do that. She helps me with my shower at night, and I want her to be there in case, so I can. And what I do is I lather up before I go in the shower. I know these details you don't all need to know, but it's like part of life was being one-handed right now. And then, just I have to carry things one at a time, and just life is a whole lot different. So, and I tell you what, I have a real appreciation. Yeah, Henry, that might not be a bad idea, but the way I am now, I got to keep this elevated for a while. I mean, it's just part of the game. I really can't be doing out and about kind of stuff. So, but yeah, that's going to be my bed for a while because I got to keep this propped up. That's kind of the way things are. Life incredibly slows down, and a lot of people are saying, and initially I was not very happy because we were going to miss going up to see my daughter, son-in-law, and granddaughters, and also missing going over to the Hamvention. But, all things happen for a reason. And I firmly believe that something, may have gotten us out of an accident or something. And, I'm all about that. That I had to go through this trauma, I'd rather not do that. And I kind of felt like I ruined Mother's Day for my mother-in-law, but it was the exact opposite. I'll always remember her and just be eternally grateful to her. And Valerie's sisters were there too. One of her sisters was there and jumped right in to help. And that just felt so wonderful. And all the people, I had at least 4 people help me get to my feet on Sunday after this happened. So just kind of want to give you an update. I'm probably going to do a Rotor Talk coming up next Tuesday, as long as I can try to do this here. Regular videos, I may recycle a few, so beware. I don't want to say be wary, but that's probably what's going to happen there. It's gonna, the Topic USA, I can move my pinky. I can actually move my fingers in there too, which is nice. Guy did a great job, even though it was painful. He did a great job. So, but I wanted to give you guys an update, let you know where things were, how I was doing, and I really appreciate. I know a lot of you saw this on Facebook, and I want to thank you all for your comments. And I'm also going to post this on regular Facebook timeline too. And I want to thank everybody who commented in which well wishes and thoughts and prayers. It means a bunch to me. Thank you all so much. It really is just it is just overwhelming, and I could not be happier than that. So, but just remember me, especially next Tuesday, in your thoughts and prayers, because I want to hear some good news. So I'm hopeful with doing what they're telling me to do, and I'm taking some vitamin D and calcium, and and some other things to try to help out here. So guys, it's always a great day to fly, but you know what? It's just a great day to just also be alive and just be thankful. And I'm thankful for every one of you. I'm thankful for all you guys, for all your great thoughts, well wishes, thoughts and prayers mean a lot to me. Your messages have meant a lot to me. So keep them coming. Don't stop. And if you want to send me an email, billthedronereviewer@gmail.com. Thank you all so much, guys. Always, it's a great day to fly, but it's a great day to be alive. Take care, guys.